Welcome everyone to Daily Setups with Evan FX. I'm trying to be fast today, so I'm going fast. First of all, what has happened today is that there has been an attack on the airport in Kabul. And so far, as I've seen, is there is American casualties, and the Pentagon is blaming it on ISIL, as far as I can see, and not Taliban that took over Afghanistan. Why do I mention that? Because that's kind of the top one question we'll have the next 24 hours. You have it first. If anything, it will create dollar bullishness. It will create gold bullishness for the time being. Such attacks can create dollar bullishness for a minute or two and then fall back the next day. Unless there is more attacks, unless something else happens tomorrow, it is just a short-term gold buying opportunity, give or take, whatever you can call it. The other thing is what is happening at the DXY this week. DXY currently have not gone bullish or bearish for the past 2 days. We have fallen quite hard this week. Was it this week or last week? This week. And then yes, Monday. And then we have kind of stabilized out. I think this is into anticipation for the Jackson Hole Symposium, which is happening anytime soon, and for the rest of the weekend. Have an eye open. And as far as I can see, the market playing this out is that they're thinking of the bullishness. It can, of course, make news that it will fall. Well, would that be? That would be one, that they're not going to taper anytime soon. Two, they're not going to do anything in December, January, which is their target to do it, and there is no framework to do it. That's not necessarily supposed to happen now, but if they say they're not going to make any framework, they don't have any timeline, that is going to send it all down. By the way, if there is any chance of the market believing that there's going to be taper anytime soon, we are going to see dollar bullishness. So as far as I can see, based upon the market reaction, not necessarily my own theory of things, we can go into dollar bearishness again, but the market seems to be going in the dollar bullishness direction. I also believe that no tapering just yet because of Delta, like RMBC, but also Fed members also dovish lately. What will happen to USD if tapering begins later in November or December? Is that Ahmad? So the plan is, Ahmad, we are going to taper in December, January. That is the plan. So if you do it November, that is earlier than planned. If it happens in September now, that is earlier than planned. And that is going to create a market reaction that the Fed might not like, as in it wants it to do it nice and steady, not fast, and not what to call it, surprising the market. If then, I will be very surprised. What would happen to dollar? Well, RBNZ, as you have seen on New Zealand this week, has gone bullish this week. I think that is because RNBZ is generally bullish. It was just a pause. So the fall in New Zealand dollar was just a hiccup. It wasn't a change of trend because it was still bullish, and they said they are going to increase their interest rate just at a later date. It just didn't fit that day. So nothing changed fundamentally on New Zealand that day. And we have seen this week that it was still the case. So if that was a bad thing, New Zealand would not have risen this week. I think it has risen like 100, 200 pips or something. So it has really risen. 140, sorry, my bad. Then there has been some data points lately for those who have followed closely on. Oops, that was wrong. That has followed longer closely on your update on the GDP, which there was a number about. Was it today? GDP came out at 6.5 or 6.6. Yeah, 6.6. Okay. 6.6 is a very high number for the second quarter in a row. Well, this is already priced in, but it's very high. So that does only look towards taper more than anything else. But it is 3 months late. So we are looking back in time. So it's more confirmation of what has happened more than what is going to happen. And as far as I remember, for next year, Fed is expecting it to be 2.5. If we go into the New York Fed nowcast as of today, and we can see for Q3, we are now going in for a more softer landing at 3.48 towards, sorry, and then not looking as earlier, that was 3.79. So we still have some softening data. What is that, you might ask? That is the business outlook that was a bit less than expected. That had a slight negative impact. Then we have the housing starts that has had a negative impact. We have retail sales that came below target and expectation. And then we have the general business conditions also comes down below target or expectation. So is this going to change the market? Is it going to change the Fed? No. This specific data points we have are talking about now is in my big pool of indicators you need, and there is going to be divergence. Someone is going to be bullish, someone's going to be bearish, someone's going to be in between, and someone's going to be somewhere here. There's going to be a full range of everything. Okay, so now that someone is not that hot anymore, okay, but remember, we are still doing fairly well. If I can just remember, when was it, last week maybe? Retail. That is last week that came out, and then we just go into dollar. Okay, so filter first, clear all, American dollar, and then apply filter. And then we go for this entire month-ish. Then we search for retail. I just want to check retail sales month over month, -1. Okie dokie. So if we then look into the data point here, we also then can see where are we. We have been below, we have been high, and we have been chop, and now we are back down below. Where were we at last time? For February 14th, 2019. Was that a particularly bad month or time? No, that was an okay time. So really, what's really happening here is it's just a normalization of the data points. The trend is still pretty much range bound. And if it now goes below again on the next one, okay, then we can look at retail sales at least not to be that good anymore. And then there was some durable goods that came in at this one here, durable goods. Durable goods is a measure of the cost of orders received by manufacturers for durable goods, which means goods planned for the last 3 years or more. Is a really good indicator for economic activity. This one was way better than expected. So even though retail sales was not so good, the business side of it was good. So coming into this market, where is dollar going? That comes down to your bias. That comes down to where do you wanted to go? What have you been playing off lately? If you're a dollar bull, dollar index in itself is not bullish. I would say it's range bound. And for all that I know, until tomorrow, this can just be fake out. This can just be market just tingling, like down here, it's just tingling the thought of going lower. And then, no, it didn't anyway. Okay, hold your horses. This is a market we just wait. I can come here, drink some coffee, come back to this chart. If it's still the same tomorrow, cool. So I will, but also, even though if you play off this high and say, well, if it goes below above here, like a technical trader say, I'm going to buy it there. No, it can still, what do you call it? Fake out and then fall down. Just have that in mind, because I would say we're going into a potential volatile market. So have your goods set out correctly. The other thing is Mr. Aussie. I don't know which one day I did this, but fairly enough. So I will take it as a buyer of Aussie dollar, US dollar first. As a buyer of US dollar, Euro USD, no, Australian USD, sorry, is that this is my buy. This is my buy. This is my buy. If you did a low time frame, having fun there. So I'm just trying to see, I have some orders in this area. What happened now is, wow, that is not what I want to see. But technically, in my eyes, we are still bullish. We haven't broken the low. We're just tangling the low. Okay? So if you were a seller, do you have permission to sell? Should I then get out of my buy zone, my buy prices? I don't know what you should do, but I will still be okay with holding a position here until tomorrow we break below here. Then I will be like, okay, I will take my out, I will go somewhere else, because I know I am just here on vacation in the bearish trend. Overall, I'm just here to collect some small pips, and I can go down to break even. Cool as a buyer, but I am not interested in losing money. Am I going to buy here? No, your job was down here. And if you're wondering, Ivan, you didn't tell us. I'm sorry, I wasn't online. I didn't have power that day. Sorry. But that's what we have to learn for next time, for next time, for next time. That is a reversal we want to see. So if you're a seller, have you sold it? Well, if you're a general seller, you sell M3. I don't know if you did. It's not really what I'm asking you to do. I want a reversal. Do I have a reversal? No. But a lower low tomorrow wouldn't be nice, and then go lower. Where's the target? Probably down to the same low again at 75, 71, sorry, and then see how far we can go, generally speaking. Remember, where are we today? It's 26th of August. We are thinking of September. We might want to sell off a date close to September. September 1st is Tuesday, Wednesday next week, as far as I know. We might hold on, even go higher a bit before falling off. So if we are thinking of selling it, be cautious, but that would be a go signal, at least an attempt. And then if it falls more, go signals. But if you are a buyer, that's what it still is. It still is technical bullish. And then your target is still 73, 80 something, give or take. Break even. Hakuna Matata. Euro USD, way different trading pair at the moment. I would say pretty straightforward. Higher high, higher low, buy. I don't know if you would take that one particularly, but I would expect you to take that because I did that. Then, can you take that? Yes, you can. Can you take that? You're high. You are very high. You are, particularly high. Well, we broke above the sell price, yes, of M3 as a buyer, but I'm not entirely sure what this thing is and what this thing is. This is not what I want to see in a healthy bullish market. In a healthy bullish market, we just continue. We just don't, sorry. We don't go up and then and up and then and up and then up. We're supposed to go this. Weakness in the trend. That's what I'm talking about. So if I'm a seller and I see price going down to central limit tomorrow, that's a sell. So if it falls, it falls. If it doesn't, it falls, it doesn't. If you're a buyer, break even, hold on to it for dear life. Just be happy as there you are. If you're a seller in euro, just wait for tomorrow morning in London and see what happens on London. Target is around 1600 and target for buys is around 1815-ish. We shall see who takes it. But where is my heart? My heart is a bit flipped and slipped, I guess. Flipped and slipped. I don't know what that means, but it means that I can see both sides, but I did a buy. I haven't sold it. Pound. Another one that's weak. I think that could be, that probably was a price to look to sell from. Due to sell it, okay, no worries. This is a new lower low, so that is now technically bearish, but it can also, do that if dollar becomes weaker. If you are a buyer down here, I don't know if I should sell you to stop that trade. If you have an order open, you can hold this break even. If you have if you have two orders, I would probably take out one and then hope for the other one to just hold on for their life. Well, we haven't hit any targets. We haven't hit any other targets, but it's just if you want some profits. Okay, you're allowed to. But remember, if it goes higher or high again, then we can buy again. The other thing is it's a buy opportunity. That is a buy opportunity. I don't like that buy opportunity, and I definitely don't like this buy opportunity here. This is too late in the week to be a buying opportunity. And if you were bullish, we should be up here by now. That's the weeks I want to be in, at least. So most likely at the moment, what I'm telling you right now is I probably think that pound is about to turn over and then fall down tomorrow. Pound yen. I haven't talked too much about yens, but I have realized we are supposed to be a yen bearish. I have not put any trades in the yens this week, and I am so ashamed of myself. But that's that. double bottom, higher high, higher low, buy. Higher high, higher low, buy. I don't know if I like that one. And I definitely don't like this fall here. I want us to continue, continue, continue. Now, what do you do as a buyer on pound? If you have buy, just hold on to it. Just clench your arms together as hard as you can and be a break even and don't lose money for whatever you do. Don't lose money. That's your number one job. Number two, hold on. Don't lose. Well, because this is a trade that potentially can hold until December, potentially. So if are why are we then afraid about some minor technicalities around between 150 and 140.50? We have 100 pips in profit or whatever it is, so we should just be okay then. But if it falls down to break even, we do it again, we buy it again, we buy it again. That is in particularly only for yen pairs. Okay. Do you have any questions on that, Ahmad? I know you have, so I'm just going to let you ask while I'm still on the yen pairs in my mind, at least. Yes. Around now, generally speaking. Actually, that week, actually, by the way. That's Norwegian. I need to speak English. Ska vi se. Yes. Is there? So, well, it started early last year, apparently, but, supposed to be an attempt at least, and then that's extreme at 1st of September, apparently, and then it falls down again. Then you try again. 13th of August, 3rd of September, tries, and then in the end goes up. So what I fear, where I want us to be as a group is that this can happen. There is a couple of days where the market just goes absolutely parabolic and increases too fast, too hard. And that's most of the moves. And as you can see later on, it's just range bound. It comes back down again and you're knocked out, but you try again. But most of the moves in this period has happened on some days. And that's what I fear about. I remember this time as well. This is around 20th. And then some days takes the whole cake kind of a thing. And then if you don't take those trades, you kind of out. Looks like Harold is still shopping. But anyways.
I joined you.
Yeah, cool. Don't worry, Mike. So on the 4-hour, pound yen is currently at support. So if there's anything to be buying, I think it's yen pairs. New Zealand is also a very good one that is still very high, hasn't broken any lows yet. But if you get dollar bullishness, we probably wouldn't sell this one first, but that's kind of what I'm thinking at the moment. But honestly, to God, want this to go higher. But I'm just saying, I don't think the market agrees with me at the moment. USD CAD has gone a higher high today. Hopefully we can get some pullback on this one. Something around London Open is probably the lowest point to buy that, generally speaking. So if you are thinking, I'm going to take this one higher, I think oil's going to go down, I think our dollar's going to be strong, this is probably the best candidate. But it is USD CAD. I hate it because it always takes my stop loss. So I might do it on the smallest lot possible because I don't want to lose money on this one. Just to show that I can take a trade. I can pull the trigger. So where is the target on this one? I'm not so sure. The reason for that is if we're going to go parabolic on USD CAD, generally speaking, for the next months, well, so far we are probably just going back up to 29 and then see how things goes. Please out. Yens. Sorry, buy parabolic. Maybe it comes down to buy price next week, hopefully. I don't want to buy it up here. It's too high for me, but it probably isn't too high after all. But it is very close to resistance, so I don't want to buy it there. So we don't have any higher highs in the 4-hour anyways. So I'm mildly skeptical to buy on this. At current price, down here, fantastic. Here, not so fantastic. So I will keep it in my mind. Maybe I will have a weak moment of buying it, and I will see how things goes. Euro yen as well, another one that it was supposed to be a buy down here. Not as much as a buy here. Actually have a hit target. Then we just wait for Monday for it to buy it again. New Zealand yen, all too high, waiting for it to come down. If it goes higher from here, then I failed. Then it doesn't matter to me. But what is the rules of engagement? Our rules of engagement is to buy a roll, double bottom, higher high, higher low down here. We are supposed to leave it here, let it go to target, take it up next week. That is what we're trained to do, and that's what I will do. Oil is a fantastic trade, fantastic on coffee, fantastic on Andrea. As far as I know, you both of you took it. You're getting a clap on the back from me. I didn't take it. I'm too what do you call it? Too weak, too pussycat to take any reversal like that. But you took it. Congratulations with the profit. Hope you're happy. And we stopped out at the target, specifically 68.26. Cool. What's the trade plan from now? Well, we just have to wait for Monday on this one, because you probably, if you're going to buy it again, you want it to come back down again so you can take it higher again. Gold has not moved, and I don't know if this is the terrorist attack in Afghanistan against the airport in Kabul, or if this is a normal market reaction of some sort. It is not too extreme, you know, it's just within the normal range things. It's within the normal daily range, nothing in particularly. But if there is added attacks, risks, threats, something happened in America, whatever, this is going to go higher, and it's not going to be that much. It's going to be more than that. And then if the threat and the risk doesn't, and nothing else happens, everyone is still very afraid, it's going to go back to square zero again. Thank you guys for me. I think I will just end the recordings and I will have some chats.